Hello, students. Mr. Grayhall here, and I am recording this video to tell you about the self-directed project. So the self-directed project is an idea that I've been running with for a few years, where students get to um, choose a thing that they want to learn about or learn how to do, something they want to become an expert on or a master in. And we're talking about, I mean, genuinely almost anything, right? Like if you wanted to learn martial arts or how to play the piano or how to write a book, this would be a project that you can engage in where you'll do research, where you'll do practice, and where you'll have an end product, but really the project itself is about the process of how you get from point A to point B. So even if you're not a black belt by the end, the process of you learning the thing is the project. And that's what we want to see. So the self-directed project assignment, this assignment sheet, is based on your progress from the day you decide to do it to the day we ask you to turn it in for the final time. And there'll be steps along the way where you show us how you progress through your learning, because learning about how you learn is a really important thing. So I'm just going to walk through really briefly what this looks like. You'll make a copy of this template for yourself, and then from there you'll start the process of figuring out kind of what you want to do and how you want to do it. So the questions here are, what do you want to learn? What problem do you want to solve? What new knowledge do you want to build and practice over the next few weeks? What do you want to learn how to do? How do you want to make yourself better or smarter, or or grow in some way? So you list your idea here, and from that point, you would share this with Mr. Rizzo and myself. So you give this to us. We'll look at your idea and we'll be like, okay, cool, that sounds great. If we're thinking maybe we need to revise it in some way, we'll let you know. But share this with us, and we'll have a conversation about your idea. And then from there, we're going to develop enduring understandings. These are the things that you walk away with forever from the process of learning this thing. What types of things do you think are important to know for life? And how are you going to learn those through the process of learning this thing? So after you come up with an idea for what enduring understandings might look like for your project, we will, as a group, collaborate on refining those and making sure we know exactly what we're shooting for. Essential questions come later. So you'll work with Mr. Rizzo or myself, and we'll come up with essential questions that you should try to answer during the process of engaging in this project. Those essential questions will be directly related to the enduring understandings. So, there aren't real examples that I can give, because the enduring understandings are going to be different for everyone, as will the questions. From there, research. So now you might know a little bit about what you are wanting to work on, but you don't know everything. And so this is an exciting phase where you get to go out and search for all the information that people have come up with before on whatever it is that you're looking to practice or master or study. You come up with those links, you summarize those links so that we know what kind of information is there, and then you rank how useful that information is going to be to your practice, to your project, from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest usefulness. I want you to get as many of these as possible. Summarize those so I know that you read them or listened to them or watched them, and then give me the rank so I know what you're using and what you're planning on using and what's not important. After the research, it's time to plan. And this is where you're actually going to plan out what you'll be doing throughout the week. So week 1 is going to be coming up with ideas and enduring understandings. Week 2 will be research. And then weeks 3 through 6 are going to be planning and practice. So for your first week of actual practice after research, you're going to come up with a schedule of the things that you're going to be doing those days for your project. You don't have to tell us how much time it's going to take, but that might be a good thing for you to understand what you're going to be putting into this. Every single day, you'll tell us what you're doing, even if it's not working on it, even if it's taking a break. and then you will turn this into us. You'll share it with us again so we can see your plan. Then you practice. And so this is what you actually do that week. So you plan before, and then you tell us what you did. And not just tell us, but each of these days need to have information about your process. So if you are learning karate, maybe you practiced stretching this day. Tell us what you did. Show us what you did. This can be video, audio, type, however you want to document your learning. That's what goes here in the practice. So we want this to be as creative as possible, creative as you can make it. So show us the things you're doing. Tell us why they're relevant. Tell us what you learned that day, and do it for every day that you had planned here in this first section. After you've done your practice, you'll share this again with us. We'll record what you've done, send it back to you, and we start over again. So here's week 2 for practice. So just go back and forth, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, 4 weeks of planning and practice. And after we're done there, your portfolio at the end will be sharing what you've learned how to do, what you've made, what you've created, what you've written. The final product, regardless of how complete it is, goes here. And this is up to you about, what you want to make this. So it can be a video, it can be a podcast, it can be a 5-page essay, it can be whatever you want it to be. It can be photos of something that you've created. We just need to see what you've produced over this period of time. And then the last part here is your reflection. And this is going to be you telling us about what this was like for you and what you learned about yourself. Everything else is based on learning about a thing. And now you tell us what you learned about yourself. Tell us about your thoughts and feelings about the process of learning to do a new thing. And this is important to us because we want to know how useful this was for you and how you grew as a person. And that's this last section here. So after this is complete, you'll turn it in for a final time. And this is something that hopefully is going to be, super, super useful for you. In the past, students have done this and it's been really useful for them. So I'm hoping that you'll feel the same way. And that is the self-directed project. So if you choose to do this, that's awesome. You can work with both Rizzo and myself directly throughout the entire process. We are here to help you and assist in any way we can. So don't hesitate to ask. Questions are how we learn. So ask away. And that's it. So hopefully this is something that will be interesting to you, and it's something you'll get a lot out of. All right. Thank you for listening. Let's get to work.